and on, raining dust onto her head as she cowered in the dark. She pressed her palms to her ears, hard, hard, harder, until her skull hurt. Silence came, as sudden as a blow. The girl dared to remove her hands and lift her head, and it seemed that her heart pounding into the strange new quiet was as loud as a scream. And surely if the monster was still up there, he could hear it too. Bootsteps traversed the floor above, slow and deliberate. Her mama said one word, clear and bold. "Please." The thunk that came was not so loud as before, but there was a wetness to it that made a bit of pea blossom warm in the girl's drawers. She clenched tight, clenched her legs, her breath, her soul, and prayed for the monster to go away. Instead, he continued to sift through all the things that belonged to them, and the girl knew they were in ruins, even without seeing. The table, which they had painted together with vines and flowers, the clay vase on the mantel, the iron spit and the spice rack above it, hanging with dried lavender, the cupboard with the missing drawer where the girl kept Rosita, her straw doll, the rope bed with feather ticking that she and Mama shared. The monster was searching for something, even though she couldn't imagine what. She and Mama barely had enough food to eat, much less a treasure worth searching for. The bootsteps ceased. Light peeked through the slats above her head. The monster had pulled up the braid rug that covered the door to the cellar. "No, no, no, no," the girl prayed. Mama was always praying. Praying for more food. Praying her toothache would get better. Praying Jorteño the blacksmith would leave her alone. The prayers never seemed to work, but the girl didn't know what else to do. A hinge squealed as the monster found the iron ring and gave it a yank. "No, please no." Light poured down the ladder, and the girl had been in the dark for so long that it hurt her eyes. "Ah, there you are," said the monster. A tiny whimper bled from her lips. "Why don't you come up?" he asked reasonably. She shook her head fiercely. An arm reached for her, draped in the finest, palest linen she'd ever seen. Fingers curled, beckoning her. They were long and slender like spider legs, with skin as white as a cloud. He said, "I won't hurt you." His accent marked him as invierno as surely as his pale skin, with words that sounded half-swallowed before being reluctantly shoved from his mouth. "I have to pee," she whispered. The pressure in her belly was awful, and she wriggled her bottom to keep everything inside. "Let's take care of that, shall we? Climb up, and you can go to the outhouse." The girl was not stupid, but she couldn't stay in this dark hole forever. If she refused, the monster would come down after her anyway. "All right," she whispered, and she rose to her feet. She wiped her dirty hands on her shirt and smoothed back her hair. Her arms quivered as she reached for the ladder rungs and began to pull herself up. She was slow about it, thinking what to do. No one in the village would come to help, not even if she screamed. It was winter, so if she managed to escape, she'd have to find a warm place to hide. Maybe the monster truly meant her no harm. But she remembered the wet thunk and its ensuing silence, and she knew that possibility for a fancy. Too soon, she reached the top rung. Her head peeked above the floor, and sure enough, the cottage was in shambles. Near the hearth, sticking out from beneath a pile of splintered wood, was a dark, slender arm ending in calloused fingertips. A smear of blood coated